Hey, good evening, lovely ladies. I can't actually see you there. Usually I can see um usually I can see who's actually online. But oh, hello. That's quite messages from the audience will be here. Okay. Thank you very much. I didn't even know that you could see me. I'm excited about this evening because I know this is the point where, for many, this is a turning point where they start to see themselves in a different way. So I'm sorry if it's a little bit bright. It's because it's so lovely outside. Sorry, but not sorry. We have 5 minutes ago, we had snow. I'm just very confused as to why we have bright sunshine that I can't even see you properly now, but I'm not complaining. So good evening, Sarah. Good evening, Yvette. Good evening, Julie Marie, Sarah and Sarah. A little bit confusing, but beautiful names still. Let's just wait for a couple of minutes to see who else is here, because usually I can see the numbers. But today, for some reason, I can't see the numbers. So I'm going to have to rely on everybody that's coming into this space to just say good evening so that I can see you here. How's your day been, ladies? Have you had a good day? Have you been enjoying the sunshine? I've just been to, where have I been to? B&M. Oh, there we are. Good evening. Oh, Alexa. Good evening, Alexa. Love that picture of you in the group chat for Alexa, with you with the pink glasses on. I thought that was very, very cool. Good evening, Emma Jane. Sarah. So we've got all we here. Okay. Just going to wait for a couple of minutes to let some other people come on, because I know sometimes they get a bit, hey, good evening, Jackie. Lovely to see you. You found us. 10 now. Excellent. Oh, and I like the fact that Sarah's being our number counter, our number cruncher. We need a number cruncher in the game. Good evening, Dawn. Really lovely to see you, and blessings to you as well. Lovely to see you. We've got 11. I just want to wait for Alison, because who's Jackie? I think Alison's your friend, isn't she? I know that she was really active yesterday, so I just want to give her a couple of minutes to show up. Who else was here yesterday? I'm trying to think who else was here. Lucy, but I think Lucy might be working, so she'll catch us on replay. And who else was very active yesterday? How do you message on here? I can see you, Sarah Jane. You're already doing it. So what I can see in front of me, I have, and at the end of this recording, when you go back, because I share this recording to the group, you will see all of your messages come up. Isn't that amazing? I know, it's very fancy. So we have, usually I can see the numbers in the top left-hand corner. I don't know why. There she is. Good evening, Alison. So I think number cruncher, Sarah, how many do we have now, Miss Number Cruncher? Keep us on the ball. Right, that's good. I think we are. Why aren't the numbers up there like they usually are? Maybe I'm using a different way to be seen. I don't know, but that's okay. We're fine. So with our very healthy 9, Emma Jane, Sarah, we had 10 a minute ago, and right, number crunchers, get together. Oh, Sarah's saying 9 now too. Okay. We lost somebody. Oh, if they shout out to us, we'll get them back. Anyway, it's all being recorded, so don't worry. They'll catch up with us when they catch up with us. Most importantly, I am myself doing some training this evening. I'm not sure if I shared with you, but I'm actually actively training to be a sister circle leader. And that's a 12-week journey for me, because I want to challenge myself and I want to make sure that I am serving the ladies that I work for in the right way. Hi, Farida. Even I can count that one. We have 10. You are looking very glamorous, Anne-Marie. Oh, stop it, Mama. Thank you. I feel glamorous today. Do you know why? Jackie, I'm going to share with you. I've spoken to many of the ladies that I work with on here today. I've spoken with Natalie. I've spoken with Farida. I've spoken with Emma Jane. And honestly, their stories are so powerful, and the things that are happening in their life right now, it just fills me with so much joy. It's so exciting. Thank you, sweetheart. I can see all of your comments, by the way. So I'm just, in fact, this is what I can do. Why didn't I do this before? I think I can do this. I can go, yeah, look. Yeah, see, look. Very fancy. Yes. We don't really need to see that one. Right. So I'm going to be, if I see a very, very or transformational moment come up, I am going to put it up on the screen. When I see breakthroughs, I like to share, and I like to share it with everybody else. So if your comment's going to be amazingly good, that's where you're going to see it. Okay, brilliant. Let's get going. So I want to ask you, yesterday we had a very powerful day. Ladies, I want to say I was blown away by your intentions. Some of your visions I could see so clearly. I was almost there with you. So, and that's so powerful. That's such a strong pull of force to write an intention down, to put your heart and mind coherence. I don't know if you've heard of the Heart Math Institute, but it studies the effects of when you think something and then with your heart you feel it. It creates an energy, a vibration, a stronger vibration that allows you to then actively work towards it. Your brain will find solutions of how you can work towards that very clear vision of what you want for yourself. So those of you ladies that had those very clear visions of all the detail, wow, it's just such a good indicator of how close you are to getting that, and how easily you're going to be able to navigate yourself towards your end goal, because it's so clear in your mind. So well done. Thank you so much. One of those intentions that we saw down there, I don't think it was the intention, but it was definitely a share that we saw yesterday, was our beautiful Emma Jane, looking resplendent in her teeny weeny polka dot swimming costume, which she looked lovely. She has an amazing story. She's going to share that with you tomorrow evening, and I tell you what, she will blow you away. But before we get to tomorrow evening, let's deal with, been watching How Thoughts Become Things, and it mentions about the feelings. Amen. It's how I moved everything, Julie Marie. Honestly, for me, studying how thoughts become things by creating that heart coherence between mind and heart has changed my whole life, and I can teach you how to do that. It does take some practice, but the belief around it, and that's where hypnotherapy is so amazing, because the hypnotherapy allows you to connect with that vision in a way that you can't do in conscious life, because we have too much crap that bogs us down, too many limiting beliefs that stop us from believing that we can achieve these things. But with hypnotherapy, it cuts right through. Yes, Sarah Jane, I'd be so excited to see you well, I'm going to find that one right there. Downloading your hypnotherapy download tonight. You're going to wake up feeling absolutely awesome. They're very powerful, the hypnotherapies that I do. I've used them in group situations, and I've sent them out. And well, Farida, who you're going to hear about sometime during this week, Farida is a classic example of, if you take on everything that I'm sharing with you and you put it into practice and you take action continuously. I mean, Farida shared with me today that a program that she did with me back last year, she kept all the notes, and she still goes back to those notes today, because what she learned about the processes that I teach you is practice doesn't make perfect. It doesn't. Practice makes permanence, and that's the practice makes permanence is what we're going to be talking about today, when I teach you how this little bundle works that my concierges will be receiving in the post in the next 3 days. And somebody who's doing this 5-day program will actually win this. Happiness, heaven in your handbag. This is heaven in your handbag. In fact, I'm going to rename it heaven in your handbag. Replying to, okay, what's happening here? There you go. That's Farida talking about the hypnotherapy that she did in the in the group sessions. There's Emma Jane. Ripple effect today, from you to me to someone else, was able to help someone identify repeating negative cycles she was stuck in with relationships with partner. Boom, Emma Jane. Boom. I'm loving the ripple effect. That's what I live for, the ripple effect of my work. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Right, so I want to ask you a question, right? And I want to see your, please, can you share your comments with me in the comments box? I'm going to share them with everybody else. If I said to you, where do you think your deepest joy and happiness lies? If there were a genie and she would grant you one amazing wish for you to connect with your deepest happiness and joy, what would it be? It's a big question. I know you're not used to being asked these questions about your deepest desires. Jackie, I will send it to you. Look in your messenger. Don't look now. After we finished, go to your messenger because I sent it there. Helping others. Julie Marie's deepest desire, her deepest joy and passion can be found doing this. The question was, one second. Gracie, Jason's at the door. Sorry. The question was, if I were a genie and I was going to grant you one wish that you could have your deepest desire, your deepest joy, what would that be? If I was the genie and I was going to grant you that, what would it be? Oh, I love that. Oh, wow. Right, that's not the, that was it. Wow. Love that. Is that, I'm not going to make an assumption. Is that domestic violence, Sarah? Yeah. There we go. Here's another one here. Deepest joy and desire. Good evening, darling. I love you. Let's see. What other deepest desires and joys are we looking at? Ah, me too. Me too. I get that one. And you'll get there. You'll get there. Definitely, you'll get there. Ah, look, there we go. That is Sarah's deepest desire and joy. When she's able to do this program, that's when she's going to be totally fulfilled. And I totally understand that, Sarah. Totally understand that. You saw the post I did today. We get our joy from lifting others up. We rise when we lift others up. So I totally understand that. Any more deepest joys? You know what? It's okay if you don't have a deepest joy or desire, because many of the people that I work with don't really know what they want out of their life. And that's the whole reason why they come to me. They want to start having a definitive vision of what a fulfilled life looks like. Yeah. That's lovely. Farida, beautiful. Love that. That I could leave this earth knowing that I had fully expressed each colour in my jack of all trades paint box, plus helped others along the way. Beautiful. Love that. Love that. Beautiful. I've just have a vision there of all of that Technicolor box of all of your gifts there, Emma Jane, and just using them one by one, just to make sure that they're all used, right? That you don't go to your grave with a full box of colours that have never been used. I really like that one. Here we have Yvette. I want to feel like I belong. Yeah, I understand that. That sense of being lonely in a crowded room. I felt that for many, many years. So I totally understand that. Deepest joy, helping others to be their best selves through mentoring and enabling them to achieve their desire. I love that. I love that. I love this too. Okay, thank you. So yesterday's intention gave you a taste of what it feels like to actually say out loud what you truly want for yourself. And you all wrote down your intention and you made a commitment to making that happen for you. And the commitment was to do the 5 days of here. That's all it was. It's a small commitment, but it's going to be a massive change. That's what I do need you to know. So that's how we start. We start with small intentions. And as we gather momentum and we find out more about ourselves and what we truly believe in, what our purpose and our desire is, we align to the person that we truly are. That's when we get clarity in our vision of what we truly want to do. And I'm seeing all of the, I'm watching on the train, so I might get cut off. It's okay, Leanne. I'm just glad you're here. helping someone connect with their inner potential that they didn't realize they had access to. Exactly, Jackie, exactly as I was saying. So you're all on the right path, right? And I love that. So you've all got a step closer to realizing what your true vision is. And I wonder, how did that feel from the day before when you weren't thinking about your intentions and your commitments to yourself, to today, knowing that you have a more specific intention and a more specific understanding of what you desire to make you happy? Did you notice a small shift there when you woke up this morning and you felt more centered and you felt more grounding? Let me know. Did you feel even a tiny shift from before you started to now being in this 5 days? Are you feeling the momentum? Okay, so let's talk about compliments. Let's talk about compliments. I want to ask you a couple of questions, and please do use your yes. Feel much more. Oh, I love this. Love this, ladies. I'm going to put some of these up. Let's see these. Let's be inspired. Feels much more real. And now I know I can do this. Love that. Really, really love that. Sarah Jane says, yes, I've got more clarity around what I want for myself. Sam, beautiful Sam, says, I was looking forward to this meet up today. Looking forward, having momentum, having a sense of joy and a sense of looking forward. Brilliant. Alison says, lovely. Love that. Love it. And there we go. Some powerful conversations we've had today. Good. I'm really glad that you're feeling that. I'm really glad that you're feeling that you're on a journey, that you've got forward motion. That's the whole purpose of this journey, is to get you in that mindset of going forward. I love this too. I love this too. That is a very high on my agenda. That's why I'm doing the Leading the Women's Circle. So you're going to really love what comes at the end of this course and what comes on further. Honestly, Alison, it's going to be so great. And you will always be surrounded by these like-minded women that are co-creators. There's not one higher or lower, co-creators together. Okay. So I want to talk to you about accepting compliments, being in that place of knowing your true value and worth, and being able to, you know, just resonate and feel comfortable with the almighty magnificence that you are. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, right? Right. So what's the most expensive shampoo that you've ever bought? What's the most expensive shampoo that you've ever bought? So I wonder, is it under £2? Is it under £5? Or is it under £10? Or is it £10 plus? Gosh, I wonder if there's some £10 pluses here. Have we got any £10 plus for shampoo? Have we got any £5 plus for shampoo? All of you ladies, I know as a lady myself, my hair is my crowning glory. I love my hair. And I'm going to tell you a story about my hair a little bit later on, but I'm interested to know, how do you, what? Wow! Love it. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. £10 a bottle. Love it. Tresemme, £5 a bottle. You are not cheap, ladies. £10 plus. These, no. I love that, Alison. I love that. You know your value and worth. I love it. Love it. About £6. Wow. Look at this. Argan oil, but once only. that lasted a very long time. You've got beautiful hair anyway. You have got beautiful hair, Emma Jane. Look at this. I love it. Under £10, but it was a big bottle. So we're used to spending well, do you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. £10, maybe 15 years ago, 10 years ago, was a lot of money. Now it's kind of average, isn't it? Really, if you love yourself and you want to look good, that's kind of average to look good. So let me ask you the next question. The most expensive modification that you've ever bought? We're talking lip plumpers, we're talking Botox, we're talking mini facelifts, we're talking nails, we're talking LASIK eye surgery, we're talking that. We're talking anything that you have spent an amount of money on that has modified you to make you feel better about yourself. What's the most expensive you spent? Hair extensions. What's the most expensive modification that you have bought to improve your look? Now we're asking. Now we're really getting it. The most expensive modification to yourself. Lips. Maybe it's color contact lenses. £2,000. Wow. Straight out of the... This is Farida. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all by Farida. Farida is on a journey to herself that is just outstanding. Jackie, eyebrows, as I'm blonde, so around 200. Oh, sorry, I'm going to put these up. Sarah, I want to hear more about that one. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. 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 Yeah. Interesting. £30 on nails and then wedding makeup for myself. And the bridesmaid 600 and Leanne 30. Question mark. Sarah Jane, my nails £25. But only when you go on holiday, right? When you want to feel at your optimum magnificence. You want to feel that you have done everything that you need to do so that you can go on holiday and you can just be glamorous and gorgeous. I know that one. That's quite a popular one for us ladies. We go, that's what beauty salons have capitalized on, right? They do this whole package now, don't they? Manicure, pedicure, ladies areas. They do that whole thing because they know they have cleverly tuned into the fact that most ladies don't pay for that stuff all the year round, but they will pay for that when they go on holiday. That many women have tuned into the fact that this is my holiday and I want to look and feel my best. Yeah. So once the market recognizes that about us as women, they will almost certainly capitalize on it. I had a body detox a while ago that was over £100. A body detox. Wow. Interesting. I'd like to have a deeper conversation about that. So we are. Oh, look at this. Okay. I understand, Sarah. I understand. But still, you still made the commitment to yourself to make yourself feel better. So unfortunate the circumstances that it came to you, but fortunate that you actually recognize that you needed this for yourself, so you were willing to spend the money. Okay, so a positive outcome from a negative situation. Nails once a month. Lots of us ladies like to do our nails, eyebrows, wax once a month. Okay, so a lot of you are very happy with doing upkeep, continuous upkeep. Good. So what's next question? What's the most expensive gift you've ever bought somebody else to make them feel better? Now, I hope that you've written down, if you've got a pen and paper, just jot down what you spent, the most expensive amount you spent on yourself, right? And then next to it, I want you to write, what's the most expensive gift you have ever bought somebody else to make them feel better about themselves? That's the question. What have you spent on others to give them the gift of happiness or joy? This will be interesting. You all know what you've spent on yourselves. There is no comparison, by the way. I'm just interested to know what's the most expensive gift you bought. Maybe a partner, maybe a parent, maybe your children. That's always a big one, isn't it? I know for me, Christmas presents and birthday presents, especially now my children are older, those gifts of love become much more expensive. What's the most expensive gift you've ever bought for a friend, a loved one, a parent, or a child? Okay. Yeah. Let's put some prices on these ladies. You've put my children. It's always going to be your children, isn't it? I know that one. What was the most expensive gift you paid, though? We paid for our mums to come away with us when we got married abroad. Oh, bless. That's so lovely. That's so lovely. And that is a wow. And that is a gift. It's a gift that comes back to you, isn't it, Alison? You paid that gift out and it was an expensive gift for your parents, for your mums to come, but it came back to you because they were there and that gives you joy. So all of these, so I'm sharing with everybody what we are seeing here. The most expensive gift you bought something for somebody else, Leanne. Alison, approximately £2,000 spent on somebody else. £1,000 Julie spent on somebody else. May, way back in the day, I bought a gold watch for £500. Way back in the day, that's £1,000,000, Dawn. Way back in the day, isn't it? Yep, Farida, £300. Wow, £460. Wow. A pair of athletic shoes, £120. Wow, I know. Gosh, I sometimes rue the day that Nike was ever created. I wish Nike had been called Primark. Anyway, so you're all very comfortable with buying gifts for other people to give them joy. Look at that. Look at that. How easily, and children are the easiest people to buy gifts for, right? But I want to compare to yourself, and I don't often ask you to make comparisons, but just look. I want you to think the difference between buying something for yourself, right, and how you felt about that. How much deliberation did you have about spending that big money on yourself, your most expensive gift, versus how much time did it take you to make a decision to buy those really big expensive gifts for somebody that you love? Which was the easier decision? So in your notes that you're going to write now, 2 questions. Which was the most expensive, you or them? And which was the easiest decision, you or them? £460 on the old Xboxy. Oh, yeah, done that, seen that, done that, been there. £500 for each of my daughters. That £1,000 gone just like that. Which was the most expensive, you or them? Which was the easier decision to make, you or them? Look at that. Okay, here we go. Here are the answers coming in. Read these with me. Easier to buy for someone else. Interesting. Them and them. Sarah's just gone straight to the core, isn't she? Them and them. I feel you, Sarah. I feel you. I feel you. That was funny. Them and them. Is that a pop group? Them and them. Spend more on myself than others. Is that another them and them, Alison? I love this. For him was easier. Hi, Isabel. Lovely to see you, darling. Isabel. Mwah. I used to live in Germany, and Isabel used to live in Germany with, well, she didn't live with me. She lived somewhere else, but so lovely to see you. Right, so we've got them and them. We've got a lot of them and thems. It's like Eminem, but more expensive. Definitely them every time in the past as the old me. Love that, Emma Jane. The old you. Right. Easier to buy for someone else. Them and them. For them all the time. Them and them. See, we see a lot of them and thems. Interesting for you to note to yourself, isn't it, that I put them in the e-cart, then leave. I always second guess what I purchase for myself. I hear you, Isabel. And all of those things that you're starting to notice about yourself, and that is all of my ladies that work with me will always tell you, what's my favorite saying? Notice what you notice. And right here is where it starts, where you start to notice what you notice. You're noticing that actually, I do spend money on myself to make myself feel better, but it takes me a long time to make that decision. But if I'm buying that for somebody else, it's going to give me secondhand joy, because we buy things for people because of how it makes us feel. Let's not forget that, right? Let's not be too saintly and think that we just buy gifts for others because we want them to feel great. The reason why we buy gifts for others is because we seek that satisfaction of seeing the joy, the happiness on their faces, so that we can receive that back. So we are paying more for secondhand joy and happiness. Did you realize that? Yeah, interesting to think of it that way, when in fact you could cut out the middleman and spend that on yourself and feel that first-hand joy, which is why Farida says, where has she gone? Me, me, me. I saved you till last, Farida, because Farida is working with me, and Farida really is doing the work. And some of you might look at that and think, oh, that feels uncomfortable. Oh, that's a little bit selfish. Oh, yeah, we used to think like that too. Me and Farida used to think like that. But we now know that when we gift ourselves and we invest in ourselves, we reap the rewards 10 times bigger. Okay. I'm going to go a little bit further with this. I want you to stay with what you're thinking and what you're feeling. Let me ask you a question. When you spent that £10 plus that some of you did on that shampoo, I hope you're writing all this down, ladies. This is for you to recognize how you're loving yourself, right? How are you loving yourself? When you spent that £10 plus on your shampoo, how long did that feeling of appreciation for yourself last? How long? How long did the feeling of, I've just bought myself this beautiful £10 plus shampoo, how long did that feeling of self-appreciation and joy last? I know it might seem like a silly question, but it's really about reflecting back to you how you are loving yourself and what time limits of that self-appreciation you are giving yourself. How long did it last when you washed your hair? When you actually bought the shampoo, how long did that feeling of, yeah, I've loved myself, I've really loved myself? So probably it lasted for about as long as it did for you to pay for the shampoo. You looked at it, you thought, I'm not buying that cheap one. I'm going to buy that £10 one. You go up to the counter, you give it to the lady. Yeah, congratulations, you received 100 messages today with eStream. Oh, I don't know what that one. There you go. Jackie, about 10 minutes. So £10, 10 minutes. Ah, it's not bad. £1 a minute. It's not bad. What else are we saying here? Sarah's saying, bliss, as each and every time I used it, I felt treated all over again. There's a lady that knows how to really express gratitude, really being present in the moment. That's a beautiful skill to have, Sarah. Really beautiful. Well done. That's part of the journey. Julie, every time, not everyone. Every time, not everyone. Every time, not everyone. Just explain that a little bit deeper for me, Julie. The moment I purchased it and joy was gone afterwards. I so understand that, Isabel. You need it. You want that fix. You want to feel loved. You bought it, from gone. Yeah. And then it just becomes shampoo, right? Farida, not long. It doesn't last long. It's 10 minutes. 10 minutes, £1 a minute. I think that was quite good for Jackie. £10 a minute. Okay. All right. Now, that modification that you bought, that really expensive gift that you've bought to make yourself feel better. Remember that one? We had some £1,000, £500. We had some big numbers there. How long did that modification last? How long were you feeling really good about yourself for that large spend? How long? Remember, hopefully you've written down how much you paid for that big modification, that big self-love investment. How long did that feeling last? Yes, I know, Yvette, I'm with you, but many of us don't realize this, that we're being seduced and sucked into an idea of, let's not go there. You're already ticking all the boxes, Yvette. I see you. It will make sense on my previous post. Okay, I'm going to have a look. Until they fell off. I love that. I really love that. I really love that. Look at that. Oh wow, Julie, every £3,000 every time I go Mayfair for a treatment once a month, but then nothing. Oh wow. Okay. I don't know what that was that you've been paying for, but then nothing doesn't seem like a very good return on your investment. But okay. Let's have a look at this one. Isabel, when I bought my car for my own money, I was proud. And every time I got in my car, I think I did this. Yeah, no apologies here, Isabel. This is a beautiful space where everybody is accepted. Yeah, a car. And a car is a big one, isn't it? When you spend a lot of money on a car, you feel the benefit of it for a long time. But I wonder how many times did you get in that car after maybe the first month and think, oh my gosh, I'm so blessed to have this car. I just love this car. This car makes me feel amazing. This car is the very reason why I get up in the morning and I feel amazing. I love my car. I wonder, it could be that. I'd be very happy for you if your car did that for you. It would be wonderful. Okay. For £3,000 for all 10 treatments, facial treatments, but then nothing. Wow. Look at this. Wow. Okay. Right. Let's move on. Wow. That's a big eye opener. That is a big eye opener for me. And I hope for you as well, Julie Marie. So you've had that return on your investment. Maybe it's been a month, maybe it's been less than that on your. Many do not have the luxury to have one. That's true, Isabel. That is true, Isabel. So you spent that big money on yourself. Some of you have felt the return for a long time. I think Farida said she paid whatever she paid. She's still feeling the benefits of it. 6 months on, I think she said. Where is it? Oh no, not that one. Where did it go? Ah, there you go. Still enjoying it now after 6 years. That's a very good return on your investment, Farida. I wonder what that was that you paid that money for. So that's what you felt when you paid for something for yourself, right? Some of you, a big lot of money and nothing to show for it now. That big gift that you paid for your children, for your partner, for your ex-man, yeah? How long did that feeling of appreciation of, oh my gosh, I did that for myself and it just felt so good. How long did it last when you did it for somebody else? How long? If Dawn, I'm really interested to know how long that feeling of, oh, I'm so glad I did that. That's just made me feel so good. How long did that last for you buying your ex his watch? How long did you get that joy for? Yeah. Yeah. I love this one. Brilliant. Well done, Sarah. Love that. Money well spent. Good. Paid £10,000 and use it like a dustbin, but then get it cleaned and love it again. I'm with you with that one, Julia Marie. I do that with my car. I'm going to be honest, if I ever get a little dent in my car or someone nudges it or something happens, I just fall out of love with it. That if it's in pristine condition, I love my cars, but as soon as it's got a ding or a dent, that's it. I've fallen out of love with it. It just becomes a work car. It just becomes a car. Isn't that interesting? Does that mean I like everything to be perfect? I don't know, but that's just how I feel about cars. I'm not a great car lover. I just think they get you from A to B. But I'm grateful, Isabel. I am grateful because it is a luxury that not many can have. So how long does that feeling last when you buy, felt the benefits of the body detox for weeks afterwards? Yeah, weeks. Yeah, really good return on your investment, but we're talking weeks, not months. So still good. The wedding trip has created memories that will last forever. Now that, isn't it interesting when we buy a gift for somebody else that our appreciation of that gift lasts so much longer? Isn't that interesting that the things that we buy for ourselves, the shampoos or the more expensive gifts, not all the time, but sometimes their value in our lives can be very fleeting. But then when we buy for somebody else, because usually the thought that went into it comes from a deeper place, comes from your heart, then that appreciation and that happiness about that gift can last for so much longer. As you've just said, created memories that will last forever because that was a gift of love. And that was a love gift that came back to you. Oh, look at that. So long ago. Dawn said, that £500 watch that I bought my ex-man, I can't even remember. It really can't have given you that much joy because you can't even remember. Oh my gosh, we've all done that one though, Dawn. We've all done that, bought very expensive gifts for, dare I say, men that don't deserve us to have thought of them so highly. We've all done that. I'm casting aspersions. Maybe some of you haven't. I know a lot of women that have, let's say that. When the girls run and jump, I love my gift. They are doing something they love and they last around a year. Okay, a year's a good return on your investment as well. Very good. I love giving and that initial feeling is priceless. Boom. Yeah, that is what we all do it for. We love that initial feeling of whoosh, Oh my gosh, I feel so happy. Oh, there is nothing that could top this feeling. I've had those feelings, you know, especially with birthday presents, especially if they're a birthday present that you love. Well, I've got a beautiful birthday gift. I just had a birthday, and one of my lovely ladies bought me a beautiful lime green silk bed sheets. And I can tell you, even now, when I get into bed, what happens is I fluff it up, and as it just drops on my body, I feel the touch of the silk on my skin. Even now, I can feel it, and it's beautiful. I love it. I'll never stop being tired of that because it was a gift of love, and I really, really love that. So, what I'm trying to reflect to you here is, it doesn't matter how much money you spend, right? It doesn't matter how much money you spend. What you are trying to get is that feeling of feeling joy, of feeling happiness. And you can, as Alison said, she did it and she got a priceless gift back. She spent money on a priceless gift, a gift that will give to her for the rest of her life, because she created a feeling, a memory around that gift. And oftentimes we will buy things, whether it's 10p or £10,000, based on trying to acquire a feeling, okay, of joy, of happiness, but that really it's a material object that's always going to need replacing, always going to need replacing for it to have that same initial sense of, ooh, ah, you know, we can't get that from the same thing continuously. We have to keep buying new things to get that feeling for ourselves, when in fact, the feeling that we are really trying to replicate all the time is already within us, okay, if you know how to tap into it. So I want to say to you, how many times have you spent, and how many times and how much money have you spent on making yourself feel better over the years, but that you've had to keep doing it? Is there one gift that you have bought any time in your life that you still feel the effects of today as vividly as that feeling that still feels amazing even today? Even doesn't matter how old it is, it never tarnishes, it just always gives you that joy. Have you got a gift like that? Have you got a beautiful gift of that's so meaningful to you that every time you think about it or you look at it, it still brings back that initial, oh, my heart is full? Yeah, I wonder, because now I'm gonna have to find my glasses. I want you to think about that. When we buy things for, yes. Oh, look at that. Yes. Again, look at this, £10,000 on my daughter's wedding. But Julie, the £10,000 that you thought about for your daughter's wedding, um, it could have been £20,000, because the emotion, the feelings, the memories that you created from that wedding will way surpass £10,000. And they probably already have. That was 11 years ago. Yeah. Nope, nope. Okay. Though we're all saying the same thing. We all recognize that we spend that money, but that gift just does not keep giving. Eventually that gift gets old, and that gift gets tired, and that gift gets full out. Okay, your home is one of those big value items that is never gonna lose or diminish, but it's your home. It's what's in that home, the bricks and mortar, because you could move and recreate that somewhere else, Emma Jane. You could recreate that somewhere else. And if there were not the feelings, memories, and emotions in that home, that wouldn't be as valuable to you. If all you'd experience was strife, drama, stress, and arguments in that same home, it wouldn't have the same feeling for you, the same attraction, the same attachment, if it had the memories that you created in there. It's the memories that you create in there that make you value your home, not the home itself, because the home is only bricks and mortar. You know, Luther Vandross, house is not a home. Some of you won't remember that, you're too young. I am as well, but I just heard about it from somewhere. So so what we're looking for is not the things, we're looking for the transformation, we're looking for the feeling within. Every single one of those gifts you bought, the shampoo for £10, the gift for £500, every single one of those things, it's not about the money that you spent, it's about what you got back in terms of the emotion, the memory that was created, that gives its value and worth to you, irrespective of how much you paid for it. That's what I want to reflect back to you. And you can clearly see that in your comparisons of how much easier it was to spend on someone else than it was to spend on yourself. And how long did that sense of gratification and fulfillment last versus how much you paid for it? That's the real value, isn't it? That's the real return on your investment. So I want to ask you about a gift. Yeah, do I want to ask you about a gift? No, I want to ask you about compliments. When you bought any one of those things, that gift, that shampoo, or that gift for yourself, right? And someone gave you a compliment. Maybe you bought a really nice dress, and someone gave you a compliment and said, "You know what, Alison, you look absolutely stunning. That color is so you. It embodies everything that you are. You just glow in that dress." Right? If you've ever heard a compliment like that, what's your first reaction? Don't overthink this. Just answer. What's your first reaction when someone gives you a compliment that is so specific that it lights you up, that you totally connect with it? What's your first reaction? What was your first reaction when you got that very embarrassed? Wow. Yes, look at this. Look, look. Yeah. You might start to see a theme running through these answers, right? Okay. It was only. It was only. I've had that for years. Yeah. Right. Now, the reason why I asked you about that was your initial response. Some of you did the initial response, which was, I felt embarrassed or I felt odd, right? And then some of you have gone to the next step, which is, what was your verbal response? And here, your verbal response, even though, and I love this, Julie, I can see where you've tried to own it. Okay, thank you. It was only a fiver. So with one sentence, you went, yes, I'm taking that. I appreciate it. But then it was too much. It was only a fiver. Can you see? You really were in there feeling it, and then it was too much, and you had to normalize it or make it less than, so that it fits in with your view of yourself. Yeah. Here again, tell them it's only bought in some cheap place. Right. Almost as if we have to make other people feel a bit better about the fact that we look amazing. Cheapen it so that they don't feel like we've got more than them, so that we minimize our joy. We minimize when we say something like that, oh, I only got it somewhere cheap. We love it. We wouldn't be wearing it if we didn't love it. We want to be complimented, but we just somehow don't connect with the compliment. Don't let it land in our heart. And we have to normalize it and brush it off, because in our hearts, that's it doesn't align with how we feel about ourselves. I know this is a little bit hard hitting to hear, but I just want to reflect back to you that it doesn't have to be like this. I understand all of those all of those replies, because I've done it myself. And now I know how to catch my thoughts and say, thank you. I really appreciate it. I felt that right here. That's one of my favorite responses. And anyone who knows me will know that. Thank you. I felt it right here. It's gone to my heart. And it really makes me smile when I do that. And I can feel my heart growing and expanding. So there's just a response. I wonder if for one of your challenges, that every time you heard a compliment for the next week, and please do write this down. And if this happens to you, please do share in the group if this did happen to you. If someone gives you a compliment between now and the end of the week, I just want you to say, oh, thank you. That went right to my heart. Try it and see, A, how it makes you feel, and B, how it makes them feel. Because think about it from the other point of view. If you are the person giving someone a compliment, and someone gave me a beautiful compliment the other day, what did they say to me? And Sarah, I did a video. I did a hypnosis with somebody, a girl that I was at school with, and she stopped smoking. She was so grateful. And we did a video together. I'm going to post a video in the group, right? And you can see she's saying to me, oh my God, Anne-Marie, it's so good. And I'm going, yeah. I didn't accept the compliments as well as what I should have done. I noticed that afterwards. I did accept some of them, but some of them I realized that I kind of just glossed over. So, it really is about recognizing and catching those thoughts and saying, actually, pause. Thank you. That really touched my heart. And you will make somebody's day every day. If you are able to say that, can really feel it, you can give them the joy that you are feeling. Just in the same way as when you bought those expensive gifts for your friends or for people that you know, the joy that you got from giving. But how would you have felt if any one of those people had said, oh, yeah, great, thanks? How would you have felt? Okay. So your challenge, it's not the only challenge, but your challenge this week is to really take a compliment and let the other person know, oh, do you know what? Thank you. That landed. I felt that in my heart. And please put it back into the group. Tell us, A, how it made you feel, and B, how it made the other person feel. And you can just tell that by their face. Right. So that is really the journey that we are going to start to allow you to really tune into who you are and your value and your worth. That's what this whole challenge is about. I'm going to go a little bit further than that. Right. So let's think about this. Have you got a friend? Think about a friend that you know who you try and give that compliment to. Have you got a friend when every time you try and give her a compliment, she goes, oh, yeah, she does that one. She does a you. She says, oh, what, this whole thing? Oh, shut up. I saw someone in the thingy saying, oh, it's nothing. Look at that. Oh, it's nothing. Have you got a friend that says these things? Yeah, we've all got a friend like this. I want you to do yourself a favor right now, right? I want you to do yourself a favor. Write on your piece of paper that one person that you know that really struggles to accept a compliment, thinking about how it makes you feel. Have you even stopped complimenting them now? Because you know they never take it. Have you stopped doing that? Think about that one person, and I want you to invite that person to this group after we finish. I want you to invite that person to this group. Ooh, how did that make you feel? How did that make you feel? With my kids, I do say, yeah, I know, lol. I'm that friend, Leanne. I know. And if you feel like that, Leanne, I can imagine you've got a friend that feels like that. And I'm saying to you, invite that friend to come. And you're thinking, some of you are thinking, oh, that's uncomfortable. Oh, I don't really want to do that. It's a bit embarrassing, awkward, all those things that you're thinking, right? I'm going to challenge you because that's what it's about. It's a 5-day challenge. Ask yourself why you feel uncomfortable to do that. Ask yourself, right? And when you think about why does it feel uncomfortable for me to invite somebody else into this group to feel better about themselves and to learn to take compliments? Why does that feel bad? Why does it feel bad? Now I want to ask you another question. Are you benefiting from being in this group? Has this shown you a different side of yourself? Has this made you think differently about yourself? Is it benefiting you to be here? Just a yes or no. Is it benefiting you to be here right now? Yes. Love this. Love this. Even in this 1 hour, we are already, thank you. I felt that in my heart. Love that. Even in this time that we spent together, we are starting to change. We're starting to shift without even trying. Look at this. Look at this. Hell, oh, don't, because I'm going to cry. I'm going to tell you right now, if you ever get to work with me, and I hope many of you will, I am that crying coach. I might even change my name to the crying coach. I've already cried today. Farid has made me cry. Emma Jane has made me cry. Natalie's made me cry. I cry a lot. I cry because I just get so happy about being able to show people how amazing they are. Stop it. I'm not going to do it. Right. Right. You've all got that friend and you know that you are benefiting right here, right now. Today, you've already felt, I can see myself in a different light. If that is what you are feeling right now here today, why wouldn't you want to share that with somebody? Why wouldn't you want someone else to feel the way that you feel right now? And I'm going to let you into a little secret. I think I know why it feels uncomfortable to ask somebody else. It's because even though you know you're benefiting, many of us who have had traumatic childhoods, or we haven't been heard or listened to when we were very young, we find it uncomfortable to speak out loud to anybody else, much less ask them to do something, because we haven't been made to feel comfortable about asking for stuff for ourselves. We haven't been made to feel comfortable about speaking our truth out loud. And so when we are asked to stand up and be counted and do something for somebody, we kind of feel, well, they're not going to want to listen to me. Why would they want to do what I've asked them? No one listens to me. Oh no, that's really uncomfortable. Challenge it. Challenge it. If you feel that this group is really making a benefit for you and you feel differently and you can see yourself in a much more positive light, give that gift to somebody else. Okay? So that's one of your challenges. We've got 2 challenges, haven't we? We've got, I better write these down myself. We've got the challenge of accepting that compliment. Thank you. Really felt that in my heart. We've got the challenge of, I'm really feeling good here and I want to share that with somebody else. All right? Okay. Now, that's quite a challenging one, isn't it? Because I know there's a part of you thinking, oh, yeah, I know she's right. I can hear what she's saying, but it still feels really uncomfortable. You know, I gave a piece of advice today to my lovely Farida, and it was, practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanence. So very quickly, we're going to move on to our self-love challenge. But when you do these things and you continue to do them, that's when that shift happens. It doesn't happen in the one time that you do it. It happens in the creating a habit of change, creating something. And when the thing that I want you to know about these changes is when you do it, when you feel that, oh my God, that felt really good. And oh my God, look at her face. When I said to her, oh, thank you, that really touched my heart. Look at her face. When that feels good, you're going to do it again. And when you do it again and you feel better, you're going to keep doing it. And that way, that's what changes you. Practice makes permanence. When you do something that makes you feel good, you keep on doing it. And when it becomes a habit, that habit very quickly, 90 days, they say 21 days is for a habit, 90 days for permanent change. You keep doing that, you will get that change. And my lovely girl Farida, look, she is showing you that's what happens. That's what's happened for Farida in so many ways. This lady, she's going to share her story with you and you're going to be amazed. And I can make a sweeping statement like that because everybody that Farida has spoken with, her family, oh, she's just phenomenal. And Emma Jane. Emma Jane's going to be here tomorrow night. She's going to tell you the story behind her in the hot tub. That's my hot tub, by the way. She's going to tell you the story of how she was able to sit in that hot tub and sip wine and feel amazing. All right. And she's going to tell you what she was like before that hot tub moment. All right. Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this. Sarah Jane says, at 51 years of age, this is the first time I've ever thought or heard or thought of this. Thank you. You deserve to hear this. You deserve it. Yeah. Yes. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Yeah. Okay. Let's have this one. I felt like I wouldn't be able to be this open in front of people I know well. This place attracts like-minded people naturally. I would be comfortable recruiting a stranger, but not a friend. Interesting. Interesting. I would be comfortable recruiting a stranger, but not a friend. Why do you think that is, Emma Jane? And this is the work that we do. So to recruit a stranger, you've got to the point where you don't actually care about what other people that you don't know think about you. That's great. That's really brilliant. That's a massive shift. But to recruit a friend, there are still those, because with your friends, you've made such dramatic change over the time that we've worked together. But in your mind, you still see those friends as seeing you as the old you because they see you all the time. And you feel that you need to be somebody totally different before they could accept your opinion about something because you feel they're still judging you from the person that you used to be. They're not. They are being inspired by you every day. But I understand that. It's still part of the journey. But I'm glad that you've got to the point of being able to tell a total stranger. That's a shift forwards because before it would have been nobody. So big yourself up. Alison says, can't wait. Yeah. And this coming up, this is a big one. This is a big one. Yeah. Fear of rejection. And that's exactly what you're talking about, Alison, that I think Emma Jane was feeling a little bit of if she was to tell a friend that they might think, oh, who are you to tell me? You know, am I a worthy enough person to be able to tell my friends, to be that voice of reason, to be that voice of advice? Do people look at me like that? Did people look at me like that before? Somebody to go to? If they did, then it would probably be easy. But if they didn't and you felt quite invisible and that your voice was not valuable and heard, then that's why you're feeling a struggle to tell your friend because you don't think that they see you as that voice of authority yet. But I can tell you they 100% do. Yeah. Good time to evaluate the friendship. Wow. Love that, Lucy. I love that. Emma Jane, take note. Good time to evaluate the friendships that you've got around you. And we will talk about that later on in the week. Enlarging your circle. So that's handy, isn't it? All the time, Sarah Jane says, look at that. I have that fear of rejection. And I understand that many ladies, many women have that fear of rejection, and it all stems back to childhood. That one comment, that one look, that one statement, teacher, parent, mother, partner, brother, that one sentence that stuck in your mind as a child, which is what is navigating you now through your adult life. That is my speciality. I am a child trauma practitioner, and I know about those moments of when that one thing locks your mind to that view of yourself, and you spend the rest of your life combating that one statement. And that's why hypnotherapy is amazing, because it eliminates it doesn't take that memory away, but it does allow you to look at it as from an adult point of view, from where you are here, and not to stay that little girl that still believes that. Yeah, that's what hypnotherapy can do. It can bring you back up to adulthood, and you can look at that experience and see it as an adult instead of going back into it and being there. Like, I had a conversation, who was I having a conversation with today? Natalie, and we were talking about, I was doing some research about my programs and speaking to the right people, and I spoke to her about something that she had been battling with before. When she came to see me, she'd been battling with something she wanted to tell her mum, and I asked her, remember what it felt like? And in that moment of asking her, she was very upset. She became very emotional, because guess what? She went right back to where we were before she started working with me. And I had to remind her, yeah, but Natalie, that was then, and you're here now, and you've actually shared that disclosure with your mum. Remember? She was like, oh yeah. She genuinely forgot. She went back to that place. And that's what we do constantly. As women, we go back to that frightened little girl. And that's what stops us from being confident. It stops us from saying yes to what we want to say yes to. It stops us from saying no to the things that we bloody well want to say no to. It stops us from speaking our truth because we don't think we're going to be heard, because we're still carrying or still letting the 5-year-old child inside us drive our decisions. That's what happens. Okay. What's this? I started typing up my autobiography and got triggered with words that were sent. Had rapid transformational therapy, which helped this. Still lots to do. Yeah, it does make a difference. Okay, so now, what about this? I wonder what worth you would put on your happiness. So I saw some 3,000 gifts of happiness that people spent, £10,000 gifts of happiness that people spent to make themselves feel better in that moment. Some of those memories have lasted a lifetime, but have they actually? They are memories which serve you to give you happiness. But have they changed the way that you think about yourself? Have those gifts that you've spent so far, the highest gift that you've spent, even your house, Emma Jane, that, I don't know how much your house is worth, but think about the houses that you live in now that you've spent big money for. Have they changed how you view yourself as a person? The day that you got your keys to your house, did you all of a sudden go, wow, I feel amazing, I feel super confident, I feel so happy with life because I've just bought this 120,000, 50,000, well, I don't know, whatever. Did it change you enough to make you feel differently about yourself when you've spent that big money? Because that's why we do it. That's why we buy these things, the car, the house, all those things we do, because we want that happiness. We want that sense of peace, of joy, of happiness within. Everything you've ever bought in your life has been to connect to your happiness. Has it worked? Are we all sitting here today going, wow, oh my God, I've just realized that, yeah, that car changed my whole life. I just felt instantly better. Yeah, I'm being a little bit facetious here, aren't I? Because I know it didn't. And I want to say to you, if I said to you now, let's have what's they called it, a scenario. If I said to you now, I could offer you something for less than £5,000 that would totally transform your life, that in 6 months' time, you would not even recognize the person that you are today, this person who you are here now. If I said to you in 6 months' time, maybe 10 months, in 10 months time, for less than £5,000, I could totally change the way that you look about yourself. I could give you that happiness that you seek and desire. I could empower you to be able to say, to be able to break the limitations of the ceiling that you put on yourself, the prison that's inside your mind that says to you, I can't. And that's one word that I don't hear a lot of anymore with any of my clients. No one says I can't anymore. But if I was to be able to give that to you, and I was able to be able to guarantee that for you, would you be able to say, yeah, I can accept that? Yeah, that is a gift worth having. Let's have a look. The gift of confidence, the gift of self-empowerment, the gift of self-love, the gift of waking up every day and going, wow, wow, the gift that keeps on giving forever, for the rest of your life, that you never ever have to replicate. Maybe you have to top it up, but not start right from the beginning. Because remember, I don't know if you know this, but you cannot unlearn what you've already learned. Yeah, look. So, oh, wow, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I just wanted to share that one with you. That was Farida, who is working with me on my Be the Real You program. It's funny, we were having a conversation today and she said to me, I thought it would be gone in the morning, but it's still here. The gift that never ever leaves you. Grab your hand and not let go. Yes. If you were offered that opportunity, Isabel said she'd say yes. Sarah Jane said yes all day long. Emma Jane says fire, 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 because she's already got it. Jackie says, yes, I'd say yes to that opportunity. Alison says, yes, please. Leanne says, yes, beautiful. And Farida says, absolutely priceless. Well, I'm so glad that you said that. We're not going to go right into it today, but the program that I do offer, which is less than £5,000, 100% guarantees you. And I only had this conversation, and there's two ladies right here now, and I want them to put into the group chat. There's two ladies, two of my clients are here today. And I had a conversation with both of them today, and I reflected back to them who they were 6 months ago, right? I reflected back to Farida. I was asking her some market research questions, and I was asking her, remember how you felt and thought back then? And her words to me, can you put it in the chat what you said to me about the person that I was talking about 6 months ago, which was you, Farida? Can you put in the group chat what you said to me about how you felt about that person who you were 6 months ago? That was the first one, right? That was somebody that said yes, just like you've all said yes. And this is what happened for her. You'll see her come up in a minute, and I'll put it up here. The other lady that I asked this same question to, would you say yes to an opportunity for less than £5,000 that would change your life? Who said yes as well? When I reminded her, and Emma Jane, can I share the part of the conversation when I reminded you about what would have happened if you hadn't have said yes to the opportunity that I've just asked all these ladies? Can I share that story, please? If not, it's fine. But I just think it's really powerful, because when I said it to you, when I asked you, do you remember what you said if you hadn't have come on, if you hadn't have done the program with me? You said to me, yeah, I think I remember. And then I actually read it out. Look, it's here. This is my list of testimonials. I read it out to you, Sarah, Emma Jane. And do you remember what you said? Go on then. Emma Jane says, go on then. Look, I'm going to just so that you know, right? When I was talking with Emma Jane earlier on, we were doing some market research. I asked her, do you remember what you felt would have happened to you if you hadn't have said yes to working with me to do the program Be the Real You, right? I asked her this, and she said, yeah, I think I would have just I would have gone around in circles for a little while. I probably would have done a lot more little courses, but I would have got there in the end. That's what I would have done. That's what she thought she said. And then I read this out. I'm going to put my glasses on, because this is what she actually said. When I asked her 6 months ago, what is happening for you and what would happen for you if you didn't do my program, this is what she said. She said, And I'm gonna actually post this up in our group. It said, before I started this program, I was staying alive because of my kids. I wasn't enjoying my life. I saw life as a burden. Now I want to make this life last as long as possible and squeeze every last drop. That is what Emma Jane did for herself. That's what she said yes to. She said yes to experiencing every last drop of her life because she was enjoying herself so much. She'd got her meaning back, her purpose for why she was alive. Before that, she was staying alive for her kids. I know that seems like a massive statement, but yeah, it does seem like a massive statement. But and as I said, she could not remember being that person. And when we were speaking about this, we were speaking on the phone, and I was tearful and she was tearful because she's so far removed from that person that she used to be. And she couldn't even remember. She didn't want to go back there. Her mind wouldn't let her go back to that memory. So when I said it to her, I didn't want to upset her, but I wanted to remind her how far she's come on her journey. Yeah. How much of her life has changed. And the fact that she's, sorry, taking a moment, because that is the biggest gift that I can give to you. And every time I give that gift to you, I give that gift to me. Every single time I see that gift of showing someone how amazing their life can be, not just for one day, not just for the duration of, 10 days or a month or a week, but for the rest of her life, she now has a new opportunity to live a different life and wants to squeeze every single last drop of it. That's the most amazing gift that I could ever give. And that gift that I give to her, I 100% comes back to me. It fills me with the biggest joy. There is no bigger gift that I could ever have for myself than seeing and looking in her face today and realizing that's how far she's come, and seeing her realize, oh my gosh, she couldn't believe that she'd written that. It was just so fantastical compared to where she is now. Yeah, I have a habit of doing that, Isabel, not just for myself, but for my clients. And you know what? I use the word clients, but every person I've ever worked with, ever, I still speak to, and I still have a special place in my heart, and we still have conversations. And it's part of the reason why I'm creating this sister circle. That's why I'm studying to create this sister circle, because I don't ever want the journey to end. I want to create a group where everybody that's done the inner work, that's become the amazing person that they are, goes into this group, and then they are serving each other. And it's like a cyclone, isn't it? It goes up and up and up. You get encouragement, joy, and love from the same people that are on the same journey as you, and you just keep. I rise, we rise. That is my hashtag. We rise together. You've seen it in the group. We do rise together. And that's the gift of what I can do for you. So I just wanted to share that with you. But for now, this is the group. This is the gift that I sent Farida, and Alexa's going to come and get hers personally. And Debbie's not here this evening. Breathing bravery into my heart. Big step for me to share this personal level of change. But I'm going to be a sea urchin soon and open right up and tell others to help them too. The ripple effect. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And she will. And you know why I know she will? Do you know why I know Emma Jane would do that? Maybe some of you know, maybe some of you don't know, but I really did attract myself when Emma Jane came to work with me, because she's born on my birthday. And one of the reasons when we talked about the market research, the reason why she was able to say yes to me is because of all the coincidences and the synchronicities that we had together. We didn't know each other before, but that she can see that everything she wants to be where I am, she knows that's achievable because we were born on the same day, right? And I'm not perfect. I'm still doing my journey, but she can see where she can get to because she works with me, and she can see what I've done for myself in my journey. And that's what I hope that you can see too, the potentiality of what you could be and how you could be living your life. And this is a big part of it. This is one of the gifts that's going to be that one of you is going to win at the end of the week when you've done all of your challenges. And it's heaven in a handbag, a heavenly handbag gift. It may not look like much, but this is actually worth £997. This gift, it's worth £997. Now, that's because it comes as part of a group program that I do, Self-Love Mastery, but you can do it by yourself as well. Yeah. And inside it, what you will find is you will find your own program of how you can learn how to love yourself more. And it's based on the amazing work of Louise Hay. She invented mirror work. Okay. And that is, there's one of these for every week. So there's week 1 and there's week 2 and there's week 3 and up to week 6. And at the end of this 6 weeks, and Emma Jane is going to share her amazing story with these. At the end of 6 weeks, you'll be somebody you won't recognize. And that's a big claim. It's a massive claim. I know that, but I also know it to be true because Farida and Emma Jane and Alexa, all of these, and Debbie, all of these ladies that have done this work have totally transformed the way that they perceive themselves to be. They've started to see themselves through the eyes of love, through the eyes of their inner child, through the eyes of everything that they are. Doesn't that just, I know it sounds amazing and I know it sounds fantastical, but it's true. This is what can do that for you. And not only that, when you get your gift, if you were to do that particular program, I have quite a few different programs. You get this as well. I'm going to show you. I wonder if you can see this. Whose is this one that I've got here? Alexa's. Is Alexa on? Sorry, Alexa. I'm opening your gift. That's Alexa's one. It's personalized to her, Alexa. And I love Louise Hay. Yeah, there you go, Alison. Yeah, this. And then you get the little mirror inside. And then whenever you feel that you need that extra alignment in your life, when you need to remember who you are, you have this handbag gift to be able to go into any private space, whether it's the toilet or a quiet room, and just take one of your cards out and do your mirror work and totally change your state from unhappy to aligned, from ashamed to aligned. That's what it can do for you, because as part of the program, we all work together and we go through those one by one. And there's extra stuff as well, but it's a group program that really can change your life. One of the many programs. Okay. So that is the self-mastery program. It comes in a lovely little bag. Well, it's got a little heart in it as well, because you have my heart. When you have this gift, you have my heart too. So why does this work? Well, it works on affirmations. That's how it works. And affirmations can be life-changing because, as I said, practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanence. And every day, can you imagine for 6 weeks looking into a mirror, saying the most amazing things for yourself? And as part of that gift, you get the self-love. You've already got the self-love hypnotherapy, the self-love acceptance, which has mirror work embedded in the hypnotherapy. So if you were to win this, you're double bubble, because you can listen to it and you can watch it. And also, my lovely Emma Jane is in the process of recording for week 1. She's in the process of recording week 1 affirmations. Her affirmations are super powerful, I have to say that. And she's got a beautiful voice, and she has agreed to record week 1 affirmations, so that if you feel uncomfortable to begin with, which you will do, I can guarantee you that I felt uncomfortable when I started doing this work. If you feel uncomfortable, you can just play the affirmations on your phone, and you can just do the looking in the mirror, really feeling yourself, being grateful for yourself, and listening to the affirmations and copying them one by one. So you don't have to think about, oh, do that, just listening to the affirmations. Emma Jane's going to do that for you. Okay. That's part of that prize and part of the program that I'll be running. What was I saying about that? Affirmations. Yeah. What's been really powerful for Emma Jane, and I'm going to share this with you, she will reiterate this, but she's actually started recording her own affirmations for each of those weeks. So that's going to be uber powerful for her. And you know what? If you hear it enough, remember what you heard as a child that didn't serve you. Remember what you heard as a child that has now made you that shy person, or that invisible person, or that nervous person, or that anxious person. In the same way that once upon a time that did that to you, this can undo all of that conditioning from the past and create the person that you want to be. How about that? The gift that keeps on giving for a lifetime. So lots of things there for you to think about today. Seeing purple is a spiritual color. 100%. I love purple. As you can see, everything I do is purple, apart from when it's red. But so you've got quite a few challenges today. I'm going to put them up in the group because I didn't know I was going to be giving you those challenges, but I think they're going to be very self-serving. So the first one is take a compliment, yeah, and feel it, really feel it. Write it up in the group how you felt doing that. Number 2, what was number 2? Who can tell me number 2? See, that's why I should have written it down. Who did write it down? Who was really listening? Number 1 was take a compliment. I know what it is. Number 2, is someone remembered? Oh, babe. Oh, Emma Jane. Beautiful. Beautiful. Invite someone. Thank you. Good. Wow. Well done, everyone. Invite a friend. That's it. So the actual that's what I was going to do. So for this, actually, for everybody that's on here this evening, let me just take the names. Oh, I can go and look back. For everyone's on here, I'm actually going to send you, I'm not going to send you the card, but I'm going to send you a copy of week 1 mirror work so that you can read it, and I'll put a little explanation so you can do that for yourself. Okay. You can have that free because I want you to be able to get into the habit of understanding and feeling the shift of being able to, for the first time, not look in the mirror to do your mascara or your hair or pick your spots, but actually looking and saying, I really, really love you. I'm really grateful that you stuck around. You've really looked after me. I want to look after you. Saying those kind of things and really meaning it, so empowering. So that's what I'm going to send you. I'm going to send you 3 week 1 mirror work. There you go. So and there's a couple of questions, and I think it's about how does it make you feel and stuff like that. So you've got 3 challenges. I'll put them up in the group, and that's going to be us for this evening. Ladies, what's been your takeaway for this evening? Just one takeaway. What's really stuck with you for this evening session? Oh, Alison, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Honestly, all of my ladies. I'm going to put a couple. In fact, let me put this mirror work. I'll put a couple of testimonials about the mirror work that I do, and that's totally changed people's lives. What's your takeaway for today? Loving yourself. Mwah. Good. That's the best takeaway that you could take away today, Isabel. Any other takeaways? Feel strange at first, but you yes, that's what mirror work feels like in the beginning. Yeah. All of the above. Yes, lots of lovely takeaways there. The amazing energy exuding from you and sharing with like-minded ladies. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much, Jackie. We're all high energy here. We all feel the love. We all have that momentum of change, and it's beautiful, and I love it. Thank you. Thank you for connecting with that energy. That's what is the transformation, isn't it? No harm in investing in yourself. Amen. Good takeaway, Isabel. Well done. Well done. Julie says all of it. Sisterhood. Love that, Farida. Love that. Love that, love that, love that. Been your takeaway today? It's a long journey, Leanne, but the comforting thought about that long journey is that you're already on it. And as I said to Natalie today, I said to Natalie, you're so far forward, it will be longer for you to go back than it would be to go forward. So keep going forward. Top takeaway from Emma Jane. I'm braver than I knew. I'm in the place that I want to be right now. Oh, I love that, Emma Jane. Love that. And I love you for loving you. I love that. Love that. If you only knew, or she's going to share with you, but oh, wow. Gifts that keep giving rather than ones that only last for a few moments. Amen to that. And knowing that you are worthy of those gifts that keep on giving, you know, knowing that you are worthy, because when you gift to yourself, guess what? You gift to every single person in your life. Farida, we had that conversation today. Oh, Farida, can I tell them? Speaking kind to myself. Yes. Yes. That's Ileanne's gift today. I love this, Yvette Brown. Self-value, valuing and investing in yourself. You are worthy. You are worthy. That's Emma Jane. Journey never ends. Enjoy the journey and have fun. Love that, Emma Jane. Quite, Emma Jane is in such a good place. Farida says, I can share with you. What was it I was going to share with you about? Oh, there was something really important I was going to share. Not just about her journey and how far she'd come and that she didn't recognize herself. She said to me, I don't even recognize that person from 6 months ago. It doesn't even sound like me. It doesn't sound like me. It doesn't feel like me. She's so totally far removed from the person that she was before she started this journey. And you can be like that too. She's not special. She is special to me. She's special to her family. That's what I was going to tell you. So Farida shared with me today that after our session on Monday, so we worked together last Friday, and she had her session, and her daughter said to her, Mum, you're just different. Farida said, how so? She went, I don't know what it is. You're just different. You're calmer. You're kinder. You're nicer. You were already calm and kind and nice, but you're more than that now. Now, that's the gift that keeps on giving, because for me, and it's part of why I was able to make my journey and drag myself out of feeling invisible, unlovable, unlikable, unworthy, and undeserving. Part of the reason why I was able to do that, I couldn't do it for me in the beginning. I could do it for those children. And I'm sure it might be the same for many of you. And Farida started that journey. And look what she's given to her daughter already. One session to give your daughter the gift of seeing true beauty in you and appreciating that. That means she'll be able to see the true beauty in herself because she's seen it in her mother. Wow. That gift is priceless, right? Wouldn't you love that for each of your children, for them to know the gift and the power that they have in themselves? Awesome. But oh my gosh, look at the time. I've kept you a long while. I love you all. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for giving yourself this time and this space. Thank you for just giving to you so in so many ways. I'll be back with you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I'll try not to keep you as long, but I love talking to you. I love connecting with you. I love seeing your breakthroughs. I'm going to post up those extra challenges, and I'll see you tomorrow here at 6 o'clock. And thank you for all of those wonderful takeaways. I'm overwhelmed. I'm chuffed. Okay. And I'll see you here tomorrow. Mwah. Lots of love. Good night, everyone.